Yo, what is everyone saying? Welcome back to another video on the channel. As you can see, things are looking a little bit different now. We got the new camera, we got the new shirt, and of course the new chair, thanks to our good friends over at G2. Now obviously, since I won the show and that, you might have been asking me bare questions about the 10k and the contract and da. So I thought, let me run a cheeky little Q&A for you guys, just to answer a few questions and also introduce myself to the people who have not a clue who I am. So hopefully you man enjoy it, and without further ado, let's just get straight into the questions. You man know what the reason was. Like, the very first instance of me saying yes already, I opened the email, it said it's a TV show, Young Philly's there. I said, get me on board. I didn't even know it was 10k. I just said, yeah, put me on that, fam. Get me there, bro. They're like, oh, but you know, we've seen that you play PS4. Do you mind if it's... I said, bro, you can be Xbox, PC, Nintendo DS, PSP, whatever you want me to play, I'll play. Then eventually, obviously, I found out about the whole esports contract and the 10k. And of course, that's now what you're playing for, and it's mad serious and that. But initially, I was just there like, yeah, do you know what? I've been watching Philly for the longest. Let me try and link my man, why not? Worst moment in the show, easily episode 4. That one, you know that SpongeBob when they have that Lost Tapes episode? That's how we're doing this. That episode don't exist. Me doing that dancing, I don't think you might understand yet. So let me picture it for you, man, so that you can judge me a little bit less, yeah? First and foremost, different country, different city. In public, it's freezing cold, and I'm going up first. So all the cameras are setting up, they're setting up their little floor and that for the dancing and whatnot. And it's lunchtime, by the way, it's lunchtime. People are coming out, we're in like the middle of like not a shopping center, but you get the vibes, innit? Like it's bare like Burger King and McDonald's all over the place and that. So people are there crowding, oh, what's this dance crew doing here? And I'm first. So they're expecting a Mazza. And for me, I was like, this is long, fam. But we got through it. But again, you man have memed it and laughed as much as you can already. So as long as you man are getting some joy from it, good. Obviously, it's a lot of peas, innit? As you've seen, the camera has been improved already. I'm trying to get some bits and bobs here and there. The wonderful people over at G2 are also hooking me up with my own setup and stuff. Maybe new internet so I can stop lagging in the games and that. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. Now, I'll be real with you, man, yeah, that was one of the hardest things for sure. Like, not being able to say that I won. The past 3 months here, everyone's been like, oh yeah, you won, innit? You won, innit? I'm just like, I don't know. We have to wait and see. Like, I can't tell you anything. Maybe I get, like, even when I lost my first game of the whole series, I was just there, like, acting miserable on stream here and there, just to make it look like, yeah, like, this guy's really going home, innit? Few close people knew, like 5 or 6 people outside my family knew. And I'm just glad now there are no more secrets. Everything is now out in the open. I'll be so real with you, yeah. I could be one of those guys that's like, oh, the best moment was just the whole thing and just being there. But nah, man, the best moment was when I had the trophy in my hands. I promise you, man, now, if you ask anyone that was there, I had that trophy in my arms for like 2-3 hours, walking around. I was just walking around holding it, balancing it on my head, like lying down with the trophy in my hands, and that I was living. That for me was the best part. You man know me, I'm a real guy, so I'll be very honest with you, man. When I was doing my little contract negotiations and whatnot about like the monies and here and there, I wrote at the bottom, yeah, also with all these sponsors and that, I wouldn't mind. If you want to send me a BMW, since it's one of the sponsors and that, I don't mind. I'm not very picky. Make it like black, blue, red, orange. Even if it's like a 16 plate or a 17, I'm not picky. Do you know what I mean? I'm just here to support the team and help out where I can. So if I got to promote BMW by sitting in one myself and having to drive it around, like, that's fine. No complaints. So Carlos, if you're watching, G2 man, if you're watching, by all, you have my address. I don't know why yet, but I just knew some donut was gonna start moving mad and ask this for no reason whatsoever. Obviously, yeah, we did a couple. There are a few more in the pipeline. Some may be in the plans to be recorded. Some may have been, like, I don't know, who knows. You man need to calm down though, please. Like, it's still my channel. Like, now I can't even post a video yet, and the replies are just there like, oh, where's my man? Where's my... Please, also, like, coming from my face as well. My face is also alright, do you not think? I think even it was just like 2 or 3 days ago. I don't know the person's name. I forgot the English now. I have to put the clip in there for you. It's like, does he your boyfriend or something like that?
Did Amenyah is your boyfriend? This is so funny. I must send this to him. This was funny.
Brother, please, like, it's just videos, man. Good buddy vibe, just calm, like, you know, calm dogs, man. Very good question. Very fantastic question, actually, if you will. The way I was holding that trophy, I thought I was gonna get to pocket it and put it in my suitcase and bring it home with me. There's a big space for it right here. So once again, my friends over at G2, Carlos, anyone, if you're watching, I'm ready, bro. I've got all these trophies here, but they're little ones, like Sportsman of the Year and that league title trophies. That's not important. I want that big, massive trophy over here. They said, listen, we're gonna engrave it for you and then you can have it. I said, cool, no worries, man. I had the photographs ready in my head, posing, lying down like this with my feet on the trophy, relaxing. I was gonna post that when I won. Guess what? No trophy. But no worries, there's still time. I'm not in a rush. Now they've seen this, they can bring me my trophy, please, if you don't mind. Please, I'll be so happy. A bit of both, to be honest with you. I definitely have goals for like the end of each year for sure. I always set them. In fact, I'll put some on the screen for you right now. Let's do it right now for the end of this year. I'll slap it on the screen. I don't know where I'm pointing. There. It'll be here somewhere. I'll put some goals and then we can revisit in a year's time and then see what I'm going on a year by year basis. So long as like I'm moving in an upward trajectory, then I'm good to go. I'll be so real, that was the most awkward day possible. Not the part with my family, but obviously when they came to like my ends and that, and I'm just there on my ones in public whilst these guys are just recording me and like I'm some celebrity. I was just like, please, like let me not see anyone that I recognize recording with bare crew and that. Like I'm just a normal guy, do you know what I mean? I think there was one woman that even asked the producer that I was with at the time, and she was like, oh, like who's this? What's happening there? And he was like, yeah, Google him, like he's a famous rapper. And I'm just thinking, like, don't embarrass me like this. Like I'm on ends. When they came to my house though, I mean, all was fine. They enjoyed the food, so that was also fun. (6-1). I pulled out the Why Always Me shirt. I was doing the shushes, the calming. The goals were delightful. Deep it, yeah. How can you get a penalty in front of somebody? That I'm done. You can send me home now, yeah. A lot of memes came from that, but shout out my guy Peke, man. It's all just good fun and TV and whatnot. There was never any like malice or whatever. Since it kind of follows on from the last question, yeah, like I said, the main aim was just like do as much as I can to be somewhat memorable. With how many producers and cameramen and directors and whatnot are on the show, as long as you leave like a good impression of yourself, then it can obviously open further opportunities in the future. I don't want to go there and be the guy that like, you know, nobody has a clue what my name is because I've just done like nothing or whatever. And I think I won now, so I can say I did that for sure. But even like from episode 1 and 2, I think I did that very well. As we're playing with a 10k on the line, yeah, that was different. Especially in that arena, in the dome, and that is so different than just playing in your house. Let me be very clear as well, like this G2 thing for 2 years to be signed with these men, that is a serious opportunity, and it only started to dawn on me the further I got in the competition. There was a few Elite 1 players, couple Elite 2s, a lot of us were Elite 3 as well, so it wasn't easy at all. Getting the mindset literally every 2 days of you need to win this game to survive, pretty much. Like, it's so difficult to now come back home and play foot champs where like the stakes are you need to win this or you're not gonna get your 82 red Callum Wilson. Yeah, obviously my family were gassed. First thing I did was I FaceTimed my mom. Even though she was at work, I was like, you know what, obviously the first people you're gonna tell is your family because they're the ones that have been backing you. But yeah, she was proper like in tears and that, and I think a couple of her colleagues were asking like, what's going on, like why are you so happy and that? And obviously she couldn't really explain it properly because it's hard to just explain to somebody. Even my parents don't really get it themselves. They try to understand, they do their best, especially the ones back home and that in Ghana or Moldova. Yeah, they didn't have a clue what was going on, but they were just overjoyed and they was like, yeah, we've been praying, having no idea what was happening, but it was just all good vibes, man. Yeah, obviously it's not secret that like with how competitive the game is now, sometimes it can become difficult to watch people playing the game because people are like really just doing their best to get as many wins as possible. And for me, it's just about like, you know, entertaining you lot. You man give me good vibes, I give it back to you. We're all just having a good time and that, sending you nice messages like, yeah, I helped you through this, especially during Corona, man. Did I ever doubt it? Therefore, I can't pretend to you, man, be like, yeah, like I never had any doubts. I had total faith the whole way through. Because when I was facing Rusky and I was 4-2 down, I was on the ropiest of ropes. And you men know me from, if you watch my streams already, I don't really get like nervous about the games, or I don't really get like panicky, and I just play. If I win, I win. If I don't, I don't. But then I was like, nah, like, this can't run. I had to go all out. If you man saw the tactics, I was using every man forward, just dash it, throwing the kitchen sink at my man until he finally just gives way. And even then, I drew the game and I still wasn't guaranteed a space. But luckily for me, results went in my favor. I survived. Probably bagged this, to be fair. And on the final day, like, I had no nerves about that one. I came in with the shorts and slides. I told you, man, It was going to be all about the mind game. So if I just step in like I'm at home, confident, get in his head, I should be good. And lo and behold, 4-0, calm win. Trying to get that daily thing going again. But yeah, he's a madman. He's relentless on that one. With the YouTube thing, you got Jason, Miriam doing their thing as well. Them and I are playing on a regular basis. I don't know how they find the energy. If I want to get as much content as possible for you, man. Obviously, it's hard. My YouTube content's a bit different. I try and make it like, you know, mad, entertaining and unique with all the crazy editing and whatnot. But I'll get there for sure, man. I'll get there. I watch a lot of Thierry Henry growing up. That's pretty much it, man. Because it's them ones there where, like, so long as you can back it up by winning, which I did, by the way, in case you weren't aware, I like to ooze the persona and that. I want you man to see that I'm enjoying myself. That's why I pull up in shorts and slides, like. Favorite challenge for me probably would be the press conference, because that one, bear in mind we went to that hotel, yeah, we were just getting gassed at like how expensive and nice it was looking. We had no idea what the task was going to be. So when we walked in, and then it's Carlos and Philly and the Pringles manager and that, we were like, okay, this is interesting. I felt like I was, you know, like on Match of the Day, yeah, when they come in and Gary Lineker's just there, like, oh yeah, so what do you think about the game and that? I'm like, all right, I'm here for this. Like, you try and rattle me, bro, because naturally they were going to ask like pressing questions, and I could tell that immediately when they started on Crunch, and they kind of had him on ropes as well. So Carlos is there like, oh, are you a loser? And that's when I told him, listen, if I'm a loser, tell me who on this show has more wins on FIFA than me so far since we've been here. Nobody. Who here has won more challenges than me? IRL. Nobody. So I cannot be a loser like that. Made them laugh as well, which is obviously very good. I'd say probably second to that would be either the commentary challenge, because that was the best guest for me, or like the bouncy castle and the football kind of ones. Those are all also really nice. What made me support Woolwich? Most people support the team that Dad supports. Obviously, yeah, it's not going too hot right now, but at least we got more trophies than you, man, in the last 10 years. So there you go. Fabrizio Ramon asked me if I'm going to Facebook. The answer is no, 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 and no. Funnily enough, guess who emailed me last week? The moment I tweeted out that I won the show and I changed my name to G2 and whatnot, the next day, oh, hi, we've recently been watching your streams and we think you'd be a great... Get out of here, man. Because when I was out here in the fields, yeah, you weren't there, fam. Okay, let me not lie. They offered me some peas that like is more than I ever earned in my life, to be honest with you. But compared to what other people were getting that were on a similar level to me, if not less, do you know what I mean? I'm like, nah, that's not on, bro. Like, I don't have like representatives or whatever, but don't take me for an idiot. Like, I'm not a donut. As much as I may look like it, I'm not a donut. I knew I was going on the show as well, so I was thinking to myself, if I win this show, I want to be on Twitch, because that's where I'm going to get the most traction when everything fully comes out, and then I'm, you know, now a G2 streamer and whatnot. So it was a risk. I basically backed myself to win it, but I did win it, and now, like I said, life is good over on these sides. Twitch is my home. I told you, man, regardless, I'm not trying to go stream to 3 people and 1 dog as well over on Facebook. That's just not for me, man. Unless they triple the bag. If they triple it, then we might start having conversations. Thank you. I think you're the first person to actually put congrats in the question. So thank you. With TikTok, yes, I try and get like maybe 5 times a week. I try and get on there. Twitch is definitely a schedule. It's like 6 times a week. Usually Tuesday is my day off. I try and just have a bit of a recovery day. Otherwise, my voice starts getting a bit croaky and that. As for Twitter, that's easy, man. You know me on Twitter, bro. I just love to just be rattling people. As soon as United lose a game, Liverpool lose a game, start getting those bites. I just try and be consistent as much as I can on as many apps as possible. I'm now on IG as well a bit more frequently since the show and that, so follow me in there if you haven't already. Trust this Skids guy to get in his stupid questions, or you know damn well I have no top 100s. Best I've ever done, 25-1. I choked that. 25-1's not bad. So once again, Mr. People or Mrs. People over at G2, I'm a jack of all trades. If you want the entertainment, I got that. If you want to win games, I can do that as well. You have my number. Last but not least, my man is asking me a very, very silly question. You know damn well that is nonsense. Let me not start bringing up FIFA 15 when man was scoring bicycle kicks on your head. Okay, you got a nice little gold one and that. Fair enough, you're good for your age. Yeah, cool. Jump in the dome, jump in the arena. Let's see what you're on. Ooh, for those that are unaware, this is my little brother talking right now, by the way. Getting a bit gassed up on that. I'm not really sure what one there, but I'll let you off for now. And I think that's where I'll end today's Q&A. So hopefully you man enjoyed that. A little bit of an insight into the show. I definitely got to do like a long video, like an hour long, yeah. Just talking from like episode 1 to the end, because there's way too much. Before I jump off, I want to say thank you to all you man for backing it. Not just congratulations and whatnot for winning, but you man that have been backing it from before I went on the show. Without you, man, I wouldn't have got such a chance to be on it and win it. Hopefully the next 2 years are going to be very, very fun. It is a new chapter of the same story. I'm the same me. You've seen these guys. I can be the same me. They don't care. They're very lenient with it, bro. They just say, just do your thing, bro. We signed you because we like you. The only difference you're going to see now is even more content than before. So hopefully you man enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like on it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And other than that, have a good day or night, whatever time it is and wherever you are. And I'll catch you, man, in a bit.